Hello students. Today we will revise the poem How to Tell Wild Animals. Although we have done this poem, but still in revision I will make you revise the whole poem properly. So this poem is written by Caroline Wells and this is a humorous poem. Actually it doesn't give any lesson but it humors us. So before we go parawise, I'll tell you the summary of the poem. Actually, this is a humorous poem and it tells us how we can differently tell wild animals. If we come upon them suddenly, then how do we recognize them? So, he says that if it is a large animal that roars before killing you, it means it is an Asian lion. And if it is an animal that has black stripes on a yellow ground, it is a Bengal tiger. He may or may not kill you. If it is spotted animal and leaps at you again and again, then you must understand that it is a leopard. If it is one that gives you a hard hug, it is a bear. If a crocodile, then it weeps on seeing you. And if it is a hyena, then it will smile at you. If the animal looks like a lizard and has no ears and it cannot be seen while it is yet on the tree, it means it is a chameleon. So, this way, stanza wise, he tells how to recognize the wild animals. This was the summary that I told you. Now, I'll tell you one by one stanza. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. The poet Caroline Wells says that if you go to the jungles in the east, it means if you go towards the eastern jungles. East is the east of the world. Okay, so he says that if you go towards the east and you go in the jungle, and in the jungle by chance an animal advances towards you and the animal is large and tawny. Tawny means brownish yellow. So, if he roars at you as you are dying, and the animal that has come towards you, he will roar very loudly as if you will be so afraid that you are dying out of his roar. Then you must understand that it is the Asian lion. Listen once again. If by chance you go towards the east in the jungle and a very big yellow brown colored beast comes towards you, and on looking at you he roars so loudly that you are very much afraid, then you must understand this that this is the Asian lion. Or if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. Then he says this, that if you are roaming around in the jungle and you come across a noble wild beast greets you. He says that this is the beast, but this is noble and it greets you. But he says this because this is a humorous poem. Actually, it never happens that an animal meets you and he greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground. Then it tells what type of animal it is. It is a yellow animal having black stripes on its body. Just notice if he eats you. You will have to wait and watch if he eats you or not. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. He says that if it eats you, then you must understand that it is the Bengal tiger. It means you can recognize the Bengal tiger by the way. How? First by the body, by the color of the body, that it has black stripes on yellow ground, and the second thing is that if he eats you or not. The next is strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered. As soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. 'Twill do no good to roar with pain, he'll only lap and lap again. Now, what does he say? That while you are leisurely, because strolling hota hai walking leisurely. If you are walking leisurely and a beast you view, on the way you find a beast is there, a wild animal is there, then whose hide with spots is peppered. Peppered means covered with. Whose skin is covered with spots. As soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. And if an animal with spots on its body jumps upon you, as soon as it sees you, you must understand that it is a leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, he'll only lap and lap again. He says that if on when looking at the animal or when he leaps upon you, when it jumps upon you, you will cry with pain. It will not help you, because as far as loudly you cry, the animal will jump upon you time and again. The next is, if when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more caress. Then he says that suppose you are not in the jungle and you are just walking around your yard and you meet a creature there. There you find a wild animal who hugs you very, very hard. And the animal, as soon as sees you, he will give you a hug. And if it gives you a hug, then you must be sure, you must understand that it is a bear. And he says that if you have any doubts, I guess, he says that any doubts means if you feel that the bear is loving you, he is hugging you out of love. No, this is your doubt, because he will not hug you because of love, because he just does attacks on his prey this way. I guess he'll give you just one more caress. It means if you are not sure that it is a bear and if you show any hesitation in accepting his hug, he will certainly give you just one more loving hug. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might nonplus. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena. Thus, hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. Then he says that the beasts of prey that make you their food. If you want to understand, if you want to recognize them, a novice might nonplus. Novice means a person new to the things, someone new to a job. He might nonplus get confused. Nonplus means get confused. So he says that while understanding, while recognizing the beast of prey, if there is someone new to the profession, he might get confused, because the crocodile you always may tell from the hyena. Thus, because the crocodile and the hyena, both of them look alike, but you can distinguish them by one thing. Hyena comes with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. That if you see and it is smiling at you, it means this is hyena. And if you see and the animal is crying, it means tears are seen in his eyes, then it means it is a crocodile. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, 'tis the chameleon you see. He says that if you see a very small animal and it is just like a lizard, on looking at, you feel that it is a lizard. But the difference is that it doesn't have any ears, it doesn't have any wings as well. it is always on the tree. And if you feel that there is nothing on the tree, it means a chameleon is there. So it was the poem how to distinguish animals of prey, how to distinguish wild animals from one another. Now, one common question, one generally that appears, name the poem and the poet. The name of the poem is How to Tell Wild Animals and the name of the poet is Carolyn Wells. Now, the rhyme scheme. You know how to see the rhyme scheme? You will have to go to the last word of each line. Let's do the same paragraph that we have done. The last word is small and we will take it A. Thing. It is pronounced differently, so it will be B. Then all. All rhymes with small. Small was A, so all will also be A. Then wing. It rhymes with thing, so it is become A, B, A, B. Then tree. C, and C also rhymes C. So the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, C, C. Clear? Okay. Now I'll tell you some questions that may appear in the question. Although we have done all the questions in the poem, all the comprehension passages we have already done, but still the first question may appear, does dine, because it is in the poem D-Y-I-N. D-Y-I-N, dine. It should be dying. Its meaning is dying, D-Y-I-N-G. And it is given this way just to make it rhyming with loin. So the question can be, does dine really rhyme with loin? Can you say it is such a way that it does? And your answer should be, the word dine can rhyme with loin if we pronounce it dine, D-I-O-N. It is dine, apostrophe means only G is left over. Apostrophe means that one or two letters are left over. So G is left over in dying. But when we pronounce it for the rhyming scheme purpose, then we'll pronounce it dine as we pronounce line, D-I-O-N. So you will have to write your answer. The word dying can rhyme with loin if we pronounce it as dine, D-I-O-N. Okay. Now let's go through some more questions. Yes. Where are the Asian loins found? Asian loin. The first paragraph is about the Asian loin. You see, if ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east. So the question is, where are the Asian lions found? The answer will be, they are found in the jungles of the eastern countries. Or you will say, the Asian lions are found in the jungles of the east. Clear? Next question can be, what does Carolyn Wells says about the Asian lion in the poem, How to Tell Wild Animals? Look, suppose the question comes as that which of the following is not an characteristic of the Asian lion. It is given that it is a large animal. B is given it is brownish yellow in color. C is given it roars before killing its prey. And D is all of these. So all of these are the qualities or features of the Asian lion. First is it is a large animal. Second is it is brownish yellow in color. And third is it roars before killing a prey. Look, a large and tawny beast. First is it is large and tawny. Second is it roars so loudly. And third is tawny means brownish yellow in color. So the three qualities are, it is very large, it is brownish yellow in color, and the third one is it roars before killing its prey. Okay. Next question can be, what do you learn from the leopard from the poem How to Tell Animals? It is in the third paragraph. What do you learn about the leopard from the poem How to Tell Wild Animals? A leopard has spots on its body. It can kill for the pleasure of killing. What is that? It has spots on its body. The second is it can kill only for the pleasure of killing. And one more you can say it leaps upon the prey. It leaps upon the prey. One question can be, how is the leopard's skin? Look here. Whose hide with spots is peppered? This is the answer. The leopard has a spotted skin. What is the answer? The leopard has a spotted skin. Now, one question can be, how does the Bengal tiger look in the poem? How to tell wild animals, and what is too distinct about it? Bengal tiger. It is in second paragraph. The Bengal tiger has black stripes on its yellow coat. It looks majestic as it moves. Its special feature is that it kills only when it is hungry. It attacks its prey silently. The same way as I told you a question that given are the features, which of these features does not look appropriate to the Bengal tiger? I suppose it is given it has black stripes on its yellow coat. Second is it is majestic as it moves. Third is its special feature is that it kills only when it is hungry. And fourth is it attacks its prey silently. So all four are right. Okay, in exam there may be one, there may be two. Suppose it is given its special feature is that it kills only when it is hungry, and second is given it has black stripes on its yellow coat. The third option is both are right, and the fourth option is both are incorrect. So what will be the answer? Both are right. Okay. Now one question can be, where is the chameleon? From the last passage it is this one. A true chameleon is small. The question can be, where is the chameleon generally found? You know, is there nothing on the tree? So the chameleon is generally found on the tree. Which two things does the chameleon not have? What two things does the chameleon not have? What does it not have? He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. So what are the two things that it doesn't have? They are ears and wings. Or the question can be, find out the two things, or which of the points is not correct. The first point can be, a chameleon doesn't have ears. Second point can be, a chameleon doesn't have a wing. The third option can be, both are right. Fourth option can be, both are wrong. So the answer will be, both are right. Okay. So let's do some more questions. Yes, from this passage. If when you are walking around your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is the bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give just you one more caress. The question may appear, what will happen when you meet a bear? What will happen when you meet a bear? Can you answer? The answer will be, the bear will hug you very hard. The bear will hug you very hard. Who hugs you very, very hard? So, the bear will hug you very hard. Next question can be, why do you think the bear will give you just one more caress? This is not given in the poem, but you must know its answer is that the bear hugs his victim hard to kill it. And if he finds that the victim is still struggling, he gives another hard hug. Okay, this can appear in the long answer type question, 2 marks question as well. The question was, what do you think the bear will give you just one more caress? The answer will be, the bear hugs his victim hard to kill it, and if he finds that the victim is still struggling, then he gives one more hug very hard. Clear? Next is though to distinguish this one. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might non plus. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The question can be, what can non plus a victim? Non plus means confuse. What can confuse a victim or what can non plus a victim? Answer is distinguishing beast of prey can non plus a victim, because though to distinguish beast of prey a novice might non plus. So distinguishing between beasts of prey a novice might non plus or get confused. Next question can be, how can you tell a crocodile from a hyena? Look here. Hyena comes with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. This is the difference. So how can you tell a crocodile from a hyena? It means how can you distinguish between a crocodile and a hyena? Answer is, a crocodile weeps as it comes to us, while a hyena gives a merry smile. A crocodile weeps as it sees the victim or as it sees any person, and the hyena gives a good smile. It gives a merry smile. Once again, the last paragraph, the last stanza. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all, and not a single wing. Is there nothing on the tree? 'Tis the chameleon you see. So the question can be, what does a chameleon look like? Look, a lizard sort of thing. So answer will be, a chameleon looks like a lizard. Next question can be, does a chameleon have any ears or wings? Look, he hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. It means it doesn't have ears, it doesn't have wings. And the question is, does a chameleon have any ears or wings? So the answer will be no, a chameleon does not have any ears or wings. Okay. Next question can be, why do you think we can't see the chameleon on the tree? If there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. It is given that if you find that there is nothing on the tree, you must understand that there is a chameleon on the tree. But the reason is not given, and you will have to give the reason from your own, because a chameleon has the quality to change its body color according to its surrounding. Therefore, we can't see it. So, if the question is, why do you think we can't see the chameleon on the tree? You will write, a chameleon can change its body color according to its surrounding. Therefore, we can't see it. Clear? Okay, now we will take two stanzas that appeared in the exam. Look. If ever you should go by chance to jungle in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. So the first question is, name the poem and the poet. The name of the poem is How to Tell Wild Animals, and the poet is Caroline Wells. Next question is, where is the Asian lion found? To the jungle in the east. So the answer will be, the Asian lion is found in the jungles of the eastern countries. The next question is, how does the Asian lion look? Look, a large and tawny beast. So the question was, how does the Asian lion look? The answer is, it is large and brownish yellow in color. It is large and tawny beast. Tawny means brownish yellow. It is large and brownish yellow in color. Fourth question is, what is meant by the east? So the answer is, the east means the countries of the eastern part of the world, or you can say east means the jungles in the eastern part of the world, or you can say the jungles in the eastern countries. Next question is, which word in the stanza means brownish yellow? And the answer is tawny, 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 tawny. Okay. One more stanza. Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. The question is, which wild animal roams around the jungle? The answer is the Bengal tiger roams around the jungle freely. Next question is, how does the Bengal tiger look? Look here, noble. A noble wild beast greets you. So, a Bengal tiger, question was, how does the Bengal tiger look? The answer is, the Bengal tiger looks noble and impressive. What mark do you find in the Bengal tiger? The answer is, he has black stripes on a yellow background. Black stripes on the yellow ground, it means, what mark do you find in the Bengal tiger? He has black stripes on a yellow background. Next question is, which animal is called a noble beast? Which animal is called a noble beast? The answer is the tiger. The Bengal tiger is called a noble beast. Next question can be, which word in the stanza means wandering? Wandering means roaming. Clear? I hope this poem is quite clear to you because we have done it all completely 2 times. Still, if you feel any doubt, please ask me. Okay? Thank you.